Hello, I'm Jemima Sukbat with the news. In this edition, regulation of legal rates, accurate electoral roll needed, and Ipape signs with Centurions. More than 20 houses in Bagum village of Talasia local level government in West New Britain province were destroyed by flood yesterday. West New Britain Governor Sasindran Mutuvel has confirmed with this newsroom of the disaster. He said they are trying to assist with whatever they can in terms of addressing this disaster in the area. The continuous flood in the area was from Mount Bagum that caused huge landslide, destroying food gardens and houses. According to Governor Mutuvel, the villages affected are covered with huge volume of debris, stones and logs. The provincial administration is urgently organizing some basic food items to assist the affected villages. Petroleum and Energy Minister Kerengakua has described the charge-up rates imposed by private law firms and lawyers as an unregulated cartel. He made these remarks when commenting on the Attorney General Amendment Bill 2022 presented by Justice Minister Brian Kramer this week in Parliament. Minister Kwa has recommended for the advisory committee created under this act to look into regulating fees charged by lawyers. Justice Minister Brian Kramer presented the Attorney General Amendment Bill 2022 this week in Parliament. Among the amendments to the Attorney General Act of 1989, the Act will set up an advisory committee to provide additional powers to the Attorney General to strengthen good governance in the office of the AG.
Mr. Speaker, the aim of the Attorney General Act, Attorney General Amendment Bill 2022, is to provide additional powers to strengthen the functions of the Attorney General, demarcate functions of the Solicitor General, align the appointment process of the Solicitor General and State Solicitor, increase outdated penalty provisions, impose new penalty provisions, and ensure enforcement in compliance of this bill for purposes of administering justice-related matters.
Petroleum and Energy Minister Kerengakua was one of the MPs who supported the amendment bill. Minister Kua recommended that the advisory committee also look into regulating the fees charged by lawyers rendered for their services. Kua, who is also a lawyer by profession, described the charge-up rates by legal firms as a cartel, adding that lawyers are charging the same rates across the board without regard of their years of experience.
There may be different groups of business people or practitioners in law, but if they agree to a common culture, then a cartel results out of that, where they agree to fix the rates or the charge-out rates, etc. So whether you go to a one-man operator without any office, without any infrastructure, without too many lawyers, he charges the same rate as a big international law firm.
Minister Kramer said the government is a big consumer of legal services and currently owes millions of kina in legal fees to private law firms. An accurate and credible electoral roll ensures a credible electoral process. Thus, the electoral roll is a vital component of the election process in any elections. However, PNG's elections have been plagued with an inaccurate electoral roll.
Ever since 1987, the number of registered voters on the roll has exceeded the estimated voting population aged 18 years and over. According to Maholo Palavale, an economics lecturer at the School of Business and Public Policy of the University of Papua New Guinea, the electoral roll has been inflated across the country during the country's 9 election terms. The trends nationally revealed that roll inflation began at 6% in 1987, rose to 75% in 2002, before falling in 2007 and again in 2017 to 13%. Moreover, the roll has been recreated 3 times prior to the 1987 2002 and 2007 elections. The 2007 role recreation is generally regarded as the most successful, while the 2016 role update, however, was considered unsuccessful. According to Donny, in 2017, the Commonwealth Observer mission to the 2012 PNG elections reported considerable problems with the role and recommended urgent action to be taken to fix this. However, in the last election, it seemed that the problem was worse. Names were obviously called that should not have been. The 2017 Electoral Role was developed for the 2007 election, updated first in 2012 and then again in 2017. Moreover, in 2017, there were concerns raised by intending candidates on the credibility of the common role. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
African swine fever or CKSF emisik no gut pilong peak nam sa vekilimol peak inside long PNG. CKSF ino kamap long sanguma. Gamani maki molga tapelas long Highlands osem halfway gat CKSF. Nokin karim peak kam ara site long Highlands region. Inokan marasin bilong CKSF. To sol yumi can stop him CKSF, suppose yumi walk him dispela or something. Nokin karim live peak or peak meat kam ara site long Highlands region. Nokin karim peak or peak meat igo ara site long pelasway gat CKSF. Put him all new pela peak long way long house peak, now put him was long all long 2 pela week. You can put him all go inside long house peak, suppose all in a sick. Clean him house peak, now was him plate belong peak, all get the time. Give good pela kai kai igolong all peak. Nokin kim kai kai way got peak meat inside, igolong all peak. Put him long all peak, na ring him nakia long 1801332, or toksave long all walkman long place belong you, suppose peak isiko and die, or long kiss him sampela mo toksave long CKSF.
Toksave Kamlo National Agriculture Quarantine Inspection Authority.
Whatever you need for your building and home improvements, we got you covered. Hardware House. We supply high-quality professional tools, plumbing and electrical supplies, homeware and outdoor products, paints, building materials and much more, all at affordable prices. And with our experienced staff, we will provide you with the right advice and help you need. So for all your building and home improvement needs, Bayuki Simware, Hardware House. Quality at affordable prices.
Back to school 2022, it come up easy to roll one-time roots rice. 600 per line, it can get Sans lo win him 500 kina, lo hap money mark, lo 300,000 kina. Lo got Sans lo win, you must buy him 10 kg roots rice product, write him contact details below on top lo empty bag, na drop him entry inside lo entry box lo store. Vieni mipla online or sek him store lo kisi mo toksave. Win him school fee money one-time roots rice. Good pela rice, good pela price.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Welcome back. The contract agreement signing of the PNG Ports Corporation Infrastructure Rehabilitation Program has been hailed a significant milestone by the chairman of the corporation, Kepas Wali. Wali thanked the Australian government for having the confidence and trust in PNG Ports with the awarding of the financial agreement worth $435 million, which is almost 1.5 billion kina. The chairman of PNG Ports Corporation, Kepas Wali, has thanked the Australian government and the people for the major funding assistance to improve ports throughout the country.
So today is truly a significant milestone for PNG Ports. And for that, I also take this opportunity to thank the Australian government in having the confidence and trust in PNG Ports with the awarding of this financial agreement worth US dollars 435 million, which is almost 1.5 billion kina.
Wali said he was delighted that $70 million of what it is an interest-free grant from the people and government of Australia to the people and government of Papua New Guinea. Kepas Wali acknowledged the support of Prime Minister Marape, the Ministry of State Enterprises and Kumul Consolidated Holdings for believing in PNG Ports and supporting this initiative for the port's rehabilitation. He said the signing of the agreement both strengthens the historical bilateral ties between the two countries as well as enhances the reform objectives of PNG Ports as an SOE.
Which has a historical perspective, but also from an SOE perspective. It falls within the ambit of our reform objectives for PNG Ports. Maritime transport has been the formal means of passage for trade and for goods and services, both domestically and internationally. And KCH, as a shareholder, is always mindful of our two fundamental objectives. First, to provide a reliable, affordable, and accessible service for the benefit and welfare of our citizens and for others who reside here and also for those who do business here. And secondly, the objective is to acquire an acceptable return on investment so that we are profitable.
Kumul Consolidated Holdings Chairman Moses Maladina added that though there are some ports that are not profitable, it is imperative that goods and services reach those ports and for development purposes. Maladina said the SOEs are obliged to make money so they can pay dividends to the government. Octedi Mining started the rollout of its COVID-19 vaccine booster program in Tabobil on Wednesday last week. This follows the release of the booster vaccination direction by the pandemic controller.
In its continuous effort to protect the workforce, community and operations from COVID-19, the company, through the Tabobil Hospital, has commenced a major awareness drive to support the booster vaccination program. OTML Managing Director and CEO Muje Wera was the first to receive his booster jab in front of OTML and Tabobil Hospital staff and urged other OTML employees, contractors and members of the community to get their boosters, including those that are yet to be vaccinated. Whereas said COVID-19, which is still present and continues to cause challenges in all the countries around the world and the new variants emerging, is affecting the lives of many people. He said vaccine remains one of the best defense to prevent the serious illness or deaths, and as a responsible company, OTML has made the vaccines available on site. So far, 50% of OTML's workforce, or over 4,000 workers, have been vaccinated and are eligible for a booster jab. According to Wera, OTML's policy on voluntary vaccination remains, but urged the workforce to be mindful of the new COVID variant, Omicron, which poses a potential risk, given only half the workforce has been vaccinated. He said while voluntary vaccination still remains, no one is forced to get vaccinated, but hopes with the awareness and what is happening around the world, people will make the right decision. OTML received 470 vials of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, equivalent to 2,350 doses, and 90 vials of the AstraZeneca vaccine with 900 doses. Godwin Eki, TV1 News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
BSB, we continue to offer our valued customers smart banking solutions. We're proud to introduce our new range of Visa chip cards, now providing our customers convenient options to shop with touch and go and enhanced security features. For any purchase up to 50 kina, you can simply touch and go. And for other amounts, simply insert your card and enter your PIN. Enjoy the convenience and safety of a BSB chip card, available at your local BSB branch. BSB, our bank, our people.
Magic tasty rice makes tasty rice.
Making white flour rice become my favorite below family one-time meat tasty belong Maggie tasty rice. Put him 2 pela cup rice long pot, add him water, na 1 pela packet Maggie tasty rice. Mix him good na boil him rice. Make him white pela rice come up tasty one-time Maggie tasty rice. Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
Open Net.
When skin tends to lack natural oil, it is termed dry skin. Refresh and rehydrate with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost range. Here's a simple 3-step routine. 1. Hydro Boost Cleanser. It is gentle, won't clog pores, and adds moisture to the skin, unlike soap. Step 2. A moisturizer, such as this one, for replenishment. Step 3. Bright Eyes. This specially formulated eye roll-on infuses moisture around the delicate eye area. And there you go. Be beautiful, be you.
Welcome back. The ECMAC Rabaul Gurus have announced the appointment of former PNG Hunters player and trainer Joe Bruno as head trainer for the next 2 seasons, 2022 to 2023. The latest appointment now completes the Gurus coaching staff to be headed by former Kumul Centre Francis Ray, who was also the coordinator and coach of the Highlands Confederate Schoolboys. Bruno brings with him not only experience as a player and winning premierships for the Gurus, but also Queensland Cup experience as trainer with the PNG Hunters coaching staff under Michael Marum. The Gurus are ready to hit the ground running with pre-season squad coming into camp at the end of the month. Former National Rugby Union coach John Larry, after his reappointment as coach for the PNG Palais, says he is looking forward to coaching the national women's team again.
With a short turnaround time of only 10 weeks for the team to prepare for their tournament, Larry said right now the 30 women's squad will start their training on Monday. He added with COVID-19 affecting the competition in the last 3 years, the team has no time to waste but to train hard and look forward to the events that are coming up.
Thinking of trying to bring the girls back again. Looking for new girls. I think most of the girls are already age already gets up. But we just wanted to make sure that other provinces started the women's competition. It will be easier for me to select really good girls.
He said with a mammoth task ahead, it will be PNG against the rest of the world, and so the plan is to vigorously train the players, identify top players, and make a fair selection before preparations for the upcoming Commonwealth Games and the World Cup. He said seeing the mixture of both new and former players in the team, it is also about learning among the players themselves. Larry said while most of the players have lost their form, the last 10 weeks of training, the team will need to work on their strength and conditioning and mastering of techniques together with other important areas that needs more improvement.
Trying to put most of our things in the 12 weeks. I think 2 weeks gone, over the last 10 weeks. But biggest problem is our competition. We're trying to play more sevens games here with our president, Mr. Pulsewis. What he set some new calendars for us to share.
Larry, who last accompanied the Palais in 2018 to Hong Kong, says he is looking forward to training on Monday, 24th of January. Godwin Eki, TV1 Sports.
National Women's Rugby Union coach John Larry says a talent identification program will be organized in Port Moresby to identify potential future players.
A talent identification program in search of the next PNG Palai will be carried out by PNG Rugby Union, where women in Port Moresby are urged to come by and try out and showcase their rugby union skills.
If you think you can wear the PNG Palai's pick and go, we'll be having a take game. It's not a contact sport, just like a take touch game. We just want to identify the biggest, tallest skills, and then we'll get them to a high performance program, and then get them and build them up to where the standard is.
He said with several provinces already rolling out PNG Rugby Union programs, there are plans to also carry out the talent identification programs in other centres as well.
We're looking to go to Rabaul, mostly in the islands. I wanted to go to Daru. I know I can find some good ladies from Daru. And I'm happy with Lady started the women's competition. Manus has been starting the women's competition.
A date as to when the identification program will take place will be made known sooner. Larry said following the identification program, plans to have a development team in place is one PNG Rugby Union is targeting to achieve. The plan, though, is to have a strong development side of the PNG Palais as well as the National Women's Rugby Union team. Godwin Eki, TV1 Sports.
Les Centurions have confirmed the signing of Papua New Guinea International star Edwin Ipape, who becomes Adrian Lam's latest acquisition to the squad preparing for the start of the Bedford Championship. Ipape parted ways with the PNG Hunters last month for ill discipline.
Les Centurion Rugby League Club in the UK has given PNG International Edwin Ipape a new lease on life when he was signed up early this week. Before his termination, Ipape has been playing for PNG Hunters in the Queensland Cup after trials with NRL club Manly in 2020 was ended by the onset of the pandemic. Ipape, 22, made his PNG international debut in 2019 and in his third game scored a sensational 65-metre try after breaking away from dummy half just before half-time in his side's memorable 28-10 victory over Great Britain in Port Moresby. Head coach Adrian Lam was delighted with the signing, saying Edwin is a great sign for the club in that he can play in a variety of positions. Lem said Edwin is an aggressive defender who makes his presence felt, and he is incredibly quick and an elusive smart ball player. Head of rugby Chris Chester said Ipape is a player who can play in a number of positions, 6, 7, 9 or 13 or even middle, and he is a no-nonsense type of player who doesn't take a backward step. He said playing in that famous win over Great Britain really showcased his abilities, and that try he scored just before half-time is well worth watching time and again. Edwin Ipape said he is super excited about this opportunity and looking forward to meeting his new teammates. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Village councillors and urban sports coordinators in South Flight District of Western Province are in discussion to host a National Rugby Sevens tournament on Daru Island after overcoming tough challenges to host a very successful satellite sevens competition. Organisers are in talks to put out a plan on how to best achieve this national event. Some say the best option is to go through the PNG Rugby Football Union to see if they can host a National Rugby Union Sevens tournament and what the best approach could be to do so. Meanwhile, Satellite Rugby Union Sevens tournament executives are preparing to host its Urban Sevens tournament in Daru, known as the Joey Charlie Cup. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.